Fredricksen on a journey to Olympic golf. I'm here at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott with Eric Fredricksen, the tournament director of the Spirit International. Eric, thanks for taking a few moments with me.
Great to have you here.
Tell me a little bit about the Spirit International.
Well, Spirit International was originally in 2001, and it was to go ahead and really kind of do something unique in amateur golf. We have 20 countries from around the world, 6 different continents, 2 men, 2 women, and almost all of them are national champions or the #1 ranked players. And the whole theme about the Spirit is really to kind of promote the global goodwill of golf and really kind of, do an event where men and women combined are representing their country, very much like the Olympics, as you know. And so we start in 2001. We alternate with the World Amateur Team Championship. And we put on an event at Whispering Pines Golf Club, which is the #1 golf club in the state of Texas. And, it's really kind of evolved into being a world-class amateur event.
So Eric, tell me, what was the genesis of the Spirit International? How did it begin?
It began by trying to build in Whispering Pines Golf Club back in 2000. Our owner and founder, Corby Robertson, wanted to do something meaningful for amateur golf. And in looking at the tournaments that were already out there, the World Amateur Team Championship, where the men play 1 week and the women play another week, we wanted to do an event where combined both the men and the women playing together for their country. And started in 2001, we hosted every other year. We play Whispering Pines Golf Club. And then the participants stay at Camp Olympia, which is right adjacent to Whispering Pines Golf Club. And that's really where the participants get to go ahead and join in the fellowship and really kind of get to enjoy the spirit of the game with players from all around the world.
How would you define the spirit of the game of golf for these amateur competitors?
One thing I find out, most of them the average age is around 19 years old. They're either have gone through their junior careers, some of them are still in their junior careers. We have a lot of them that are in college. In fact, this year out of the field of 80, we have 28 players that are playing collegiate golf. And, one thing that you find is they kind of know about each other. That's one thing. Golf is a very global game, and they kind of know a little bit about each other, and to go ahead and bring them all together for one competition and to see how they kind of interact not only on the golf course but off the golf course is something I think that really separates this tournament from all others.
You have 20 teams from 6 different continents. How do you deal with the language or cultural challenges during the tournament?
Well, golf is kind of a universal language, okay? And we find that there's really not much language barrier. I mean, sometimes their English isn't quite as good as we like, but for the most part, they understand. And, I think golf is what brings them all together here. And, it's not really been a problem with that. Communication is never a problem. I think they understand, obviously, the competition side of it, and for them to interact at Camp Olympia and enjoy all the different activities we have there, I think just makes it that much better.
This is your 7th Spirit, I believe. Mm-hmm. Looking back at the previous 6, what was the most inspiring moment for you personally?
Well, really the first year. Anytime you do something like this, you never know how it's going to be received. In 2001, we had 32 countries originally that were going to participate, and it was going to be in October. Well, 9/11 comes, okay, in 2001. 3 weeks before our competition, okay, all of a sudden the whole world is, kind of changed as far as travel and security and just the whole essence of what that event did. And to go ahead and get through that and then put on an event with 24 countries the first year, having Mexico win. Lorena Ochoa was our first really gold medalist. She won the international gold medal for her team, her individual, and her women's team. And I guess you remember the first one probably more than anything, because without the first one you can't have history, and so that was very meaningful.
What are your thoughts about golf coming into the Olympics after an absence of 112 years?
It's about time. You know, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how the format of the event is going to be shaped. And you know, one thing we try to do here at the Spirit is bring men's and women's golf together to represent their country. And it'll be interesting to see how they do that at the Olympics. You know, whether they just have a separate competition for the women, a separate competition for the men, and it's kind of don't have that synergy that you get when you can bring men and women's golf together and they represent and play side by side for their country.
How do you think the amateur versus professional spirit of golf plays out in the Olympics? Obviously, you're amateur here in the Spirit.
Yeah, you know, and of course, obviously, I think that's just the whole nature of the Olympics is how it's kind of transcended from amateur to professional. So I think that's just kind of natural. There'll be some countries, I hope, that are represented by amateur players. You know, I guess that's just the game. You see so much where these young amateurs are professionals so early on. Great example, Jordan Spieth, who played in this tournament in 2009, was a gold medalist, and what he has done at his age is just a great illustration of just how talented these kids are these days.
The opening ceremonies are tonight. What will they be like? This being my first.
You know, this is their first. This is really their only formal kind of event that we have here from here on. It's all golf and fun. So it's a chance for them to get kind of dressed up and kind of show their country colors, the procession, and just kind of to introduce them to everybody that's here. You know, I think it just kind of is a great way to kick it off, just by having an event that recognizes them and for their achievements. Each player is introduced through video themselves, stating their name, where they're from, and their achievements. So, a sense of pride and a sense of excitement.
Well, what a great opportunity to be here. What do you think about that fellow Andy Reistetter and this journey to Olympic golf, driving down to Rio?
You know, anybody that chases a dream and chases the Olympics is a good guy with mine.
Well, Eric, thank you for having me here, and have a great week at the Spirit.
Thanks, Andy.